you can buy time. You can buy time. How do you buy time? If you move from east to west, every 15 degrees latitude you move, you save an hour. So you can leave the eastern part of Africa and come to the western part of Africa, you will save time. If you travel eastward, you will lose time. When I traveled to Australia, I found out that I got there, they had gone far ahead of us in West Africa. So the sun can shine earlier in West Africa. In East Africa, later in West Africa. It's not too important, but you can remember Around the World in 80 Days if you read that book. So when you go westward, you save time. When you go eastward from west, you lose time. So time, as I said, is very relative and intangible. So you can buy time by employing people who will work for you. Karl Marx said that religion is the opium of the people, and Christians just hate Karl Marx. I compartmentalize my brain. Karl Marx gave a theory of surplus labor. Karl Marx's theory of surplus labor states that the rich pay less than what the proletariat or the poor earn. So if you work 8 hours a day, what they might be paying you for might be 3 hours or 4 hours. The remaining 5 hours or 4 hours belong to the person employing you. So when you are in paid employment, you are selling your life. You are selling your time. That's why you are called civil servant. You are a civilized slave. A civilized slave that knots tie, wears coat, speaks good English, works in an air-conditioned office. You are a civilized slave because you can't determine your time. You can't determine your wage. You can't determine when you close. You can't determine where you work. You can be transferred anyhow. You cannot even determine what you wear. So you are a civilized slave. And to imprison you, they give you titles and perks. So Karl Marx said that rich people get rich because of the surplus labor. That is to say, rich people don't pay what you are entitled to. They pay you what you will appreciate. And then the difference appreciates in their hand. That's how they become rich. That thing is called surplus labor. And so I realized very early, when I was 26, I was doing internship. And I saw how doctors were always going on strike. I discovered that there was a disparity between their intelligence, their competencies, their skills, and the value government or society has for them or had for them then. And I told myself I was not going to work for any person. So at the age of 29, February 28, 1988, I opened my own practice after I met the statutory requirements to be able to practice medicine on my own. So you can buy time by employing people. And now let me give you the 100-hour-a-day principle. One rich man asked his uncle, "How did you become rich?" And his uncle, his uncle paid him 1/10 of how much he generated in a month. And then he asked his uncle, "Why are you paying me 1/10 of my salary, of the revenue I generated?" So the uncle took 90% of surplus labor. And the uncle said that even God will pay him 10% tithe. So I'm paying you the way God is paid. And that's why tithe is the minimum you can give to God's work and in your relationship with God. And you cannot really even calculate the tithe well. Tithe is the barest minimum. If you love God, you should give more than tithe. So, and God can bless you that you give more than tithe. So he told his uncle told him, if you want to be rich, you must work 100 hours a day. 100 hours a day. He said, Uncle, how do I work 100 hours a day? He said, employ people who work for you. So if you must work 100 hours a day, you must employ at least 12 people who work 8 hours for you in a day. That will give you 96 hours. And then you can add your own 4 hours and beyond. Sometimes even work longer than those you employ because poor people, they want to close. So work longer than them and then you will be richer than them. So if you have not started employing at least 12 people who work under you or who you delegate responsibilities to, you are not on your pathway to being rich. Oh, your brain will just say, what of musicians? If you know how many people follow Burna Boy, you'll be surprised. If you know how many people walked under Usain Bolt when he was running, you'll be surprised. From his medical doctor, physiotherapist, trainer, primer, several other people walk under him. Osimhen, you will say, what of Osimhen? If you know how many people depend on Osimhen from the money he pays them for him, Victor Osimhen, for him to be scoring those goals, you'll be surprised. If you know how many people work under Ronaldo, you'll be surprised. If you know how many people work under Davido, you'll be surprised. If you know how many people that work for me, how many graduates work for me, you'll be surprised. For this channel to improve and grow and bring in money, I need to employ more people to do more things. Powder my face, design my clothing, arrange the lighting, edit, do the thumbnails and all that. I know that very well. I am just starting. So how many people are you employing? If you are not growing to such an extent that you are employing more people, you are not on your pathway to being very rich. You're not on your pathway. If you are not employing people, you are not buying time. So when you employ at least 8 people, you are using their lives, so to say, and paying them for their time. They work 8 hours for you. If they work for 60 years, or work till they are 60, okay, let's say they work for you for 30 years. You have taken 10 years of their life added to your own. So if you have 12 people working for you, you will take 120 years of work and add to your age. That's why these people look fresh, the rich. That's why they live long. That's why the queen lived long. That's why Buhari became fresh, fresher. And that's why Tinubu will become healthier and smarter. So when you employ people, you are buying their lives. And when you render service, learn to charge because it is your life. I told you of the bishop that just called, the youths called me, come and speak in FFF. You must call me, bishop, to let me know that you are aware that I'm coming so that you can pay for that portion of my life that I'm giving to you. It's only Jesus that can lay down his life and pick it up again. Once this one, my life is deleted, it is deleted. You must value it. You must respect it. You must apportion something to it so that when I get home, if I need to take medication. The omega something I'm taking here that somebody sent from the United States. That cup, I went to browse it, is about 80 something thousand. The vitamin supplement that I take every day that he sent is a lot of money. Somebody, if you want to do stem cell to rejuvenate your body, it's a lot of money. So don't just allow people to use you stupidly in the name of religion. So you can buy time. You can, when you buy time, you have time to do other things. So uh, buy time. Buy time for people to help you do what you don't have time for. To let people help you do what you cannot do well. To help people do what irritates you. Listen very well. If you go and read Breaking the Jewish Code, you will see there that Jewish people don't spend their time doing what they can employ somebody for. So if a Jewish man is a trader, he will employ a cashier, he will employ a driver, if his vehicle is spoiled, he will employ somebody who is very good at it to do it. If you go around Africa, you will see, particularly in East Africa, you will see that the Indians and the Lebanese employ Africans to carry loads. Go to South Africa, they are the waiters, they are the ones who serve meals, they are the stewards. You go to West Africa, go to Sierra Leone, go to Makeni, you will see the supermarket there, the shopping center there. There is the Lebanese that collect the money, but it is the black people that carry the potatoes, carry the drinks and all that. So that's the way the world is. Hit your head against a wall. I'm just sharing with you the truth of life. Now, you can invest in profitable companies with your money. So you earn money with time, then you put it in companies that employ people who generate surplus labor for them. And then you don't need to work in that company, but the company will give you dividends. And you can join a cooperative. Somebody borrows money from your cooperative where you have money. He will go and labor, but you will get dividends from the interest that he will pay. So the next time I'm going to speak to you on how you can save time. So you see, time is like money. Time na money, Orinando, make you use your time well. Money not a person. Money, use your time well. Radio reverse. So time is money. So you can waste time, you can buy time, you can borrow time, and you can save time. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles APOKI.